BS story breaks today. I did a video on it just a few minutes ago about essentially Sanders, supposedly, his campaign giving his supporters instructions and volunteers when they go to the door to go after Warren. Now, the catch is, even if the script was legit, meaning it wasn't real. Ultimately, there was some random person that put something in one of the Sanders Slacks. It was immediately removed by the person who was the moderator of that and made the note that this was not from the campaign. This did not stop Politico, The Hill, CNN from all running with this very particular story. I would imagine if they ran with it, probably other outlets also. The story wasn't so much that what Sanders was saying, or if it was Sanders, meaning what was in the document was true. What was the issue was that it was taking place at all. Meaning their thing was, oh my God, these people were supposed to be kumbaya with one another, and Sanders has gone about and attacked Warren, just backhanded her out of the blue. Now, again, it was nonsense. This wasn't pushed by the Sanders campaign. It was immediately removed by the moderator, and the moderator made the point this was not from the campaign. Sanders has pretty strict rules when it comes down to attacking other campaigns, and those rules have not changed. And again, that didn't stop the media from running with the story. Warren led into the story. She leaned into it big time, sending out an announcement to her campaign saying, this is what Sanders supporters thinks about you. Really, the only people that would get motivated by that were essentially the people who Sanders, or who supposedly was in a document, they said that Warren pulled. The affluent, white, and the elites who were going to vote Democrat anyway. The document didn't come from Sanders. I'm just making the point that even if it did, everything in it was, at least the point that was being made was true. Warren leans into it. Warren, her team, who's collapsing, or you could say at this point have collapsed in the polling, collapsed in her fundraising, is leaning into it. They're using this as the last desperate attempt to gin up some level of support and to attack Sanders with a victim attack, a topping from the bottom attack. Oh, pity me, Sanders is attacking me, that type of stuff. Her supporters have leaned into this. This person is Amy Siskind. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but this is awesome. Amy Siskind puts out this tweet. Now, the tweet is in reference to someone saying the above, right here. Bernie minions are good at swarming after Democrats standing in his way. I experienced this in 2016 for the first time. I raised a modest question about his gun control record. They are more vicious than Trumpsters. Not a good sign of how he'd govern. Just watch them hit me for this. All right. Amy Siskind comes in and says, I agree. This reflects poorly on them. When it happens, no other candidate supporters do this. Only Sanders. This gets to the Bernie bro stuff. I want you to see a video. Take a look at this video. Take a look at this video. This is that same Amy Siskind who says no other supporters do this. No other supporters go after campaigns like this. Look at this. This is Siskind back in 2008.
An article from Academia that you have turned away from making our country better for the generations to come. And Howard Dean, you can listen to all the media pundits all you want, and you can read all the studies and articles from Academia that you want. But here is the plain, simple truth. You will not have my vote, and I am hardly alone.
Party unity my ass. Do you remember that? Party unity my ass. These were Clinton supporters that said, party unity my ass. If you put Obama on the ballot, I'm not voting for him. Now, back in 2016, compared to 2008, you had more people who were voting for Clinton that didn't support Obama than was going to support Sanders that didn't support Clinton. Meaning you had a higher percentage of people who were Clinton supporters that didn't vote for Obama, meaning didn't vote for the Democratic pick, than you had there were Sanders supporters that didn't vote for Clinton. Amy Siskind was one of those Pumas. And when it came up and it came time to vote and make her vote, she voted for, I hold it, Mitt Romney. I'm sorry, not Mitt Romney. She voted for John McCain. Right here. I'm a lifelong Democrat who for the first time in my life voted for Republican in the 2008 election. Fast forward to 2020, and she's saying, yep, it reflects pretty poorly on the candidate when his supporters act in this particular way. When this person, when it was up to her being one of the supporters of Hillary Clinton in this case, literally chose to vote Republican as opposed to vote for the Democratic candidate. Let me say this. I am not going to take a lesson from people like this on this very specific issue. A, it didn't happen, but I got to be honest. B, if it did happen, this attack is going towards his supporters, not just for this very specific instance, but for the totality of his supporters. Fact of the matter is, his supporters believe in real things. They are thirsty to win because they have this idea of what they want the country to be. And they don't believe that the Democratic Party that lost over 1,000 seats, that lost the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court, because the person who they put up didn't even fight for that Supreme Court seat, the person she didn't vote for. I'm not going to take a lesson from this branch of the party. It's just not. Somebody who literally voted for John McCain as opposed to supporting Obama is now going to tell a lesson or teach a lesson to the Bernie supporters. No, his supporters believe in real things. His supporters are thirsty like a man in a desert that hasn't had water in 20 days. They want it. They want it. You can see it in the stadiums. You can see it when they're on Twitter and they're fighting and advocating for these various positions. You can see it. Yes, we're animated. Yes, we're supportive of our guy. But that's called a campaign. Primaries are supposed to be competitive, and the goal of the primary is to win. Sanders, in this case, has sworn off attacking other candidates. Well, God forgives, man, not so much. And in this case, yeah, we hit them when they do things that are out of alignment with our ideology, especially when you're trying to win a campaign, and especially when the entire media apparatus has been twisted against you. You, however, who are saying it reflects poorly on him when it happens, no other candidate supporters do this, and there's a picture of you telling Howard Dean that you won't vote for the Democratic nominee. Apparently Hillary Clinton and her supporters do it because you voted for John McCain. I'm just amazed. It's as if they don't think people have receipts. As if this video didn't exist. Like, does she know that she's on video right now saying this? Does she know that she wrote the op-ed or whatever saying that she voted for John McCain? Does she know that? And if she does know that, to then turn around and say nobody else's supporters allows them to do that or act that way when Hillary Clinton clearly allowed her to act this way. Yeah, hypocrite. I'm not going to take a lesson from you or anybody else that's part of the third way group on this nonsense. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks all.